just a little bit.
I've changed my monitors around.
So if you've been here a few days, any of my previous ones, you'll know that
my monitor setup was kind of messed up and compromised a few days back, a few weeks ago or whatever.
And I had to buy some new cords.
And originally I had planned on getting
DSL display cords, and I ended up not doing that. So now I just bought a new HDMI cord, and I'm using that.
So that seems to be working
just fine. So far.
And then I got a new
docking station where I plug those HDMI cords into.
And the first time I used this particular one that I'm using now,
it overheated,
and the screens went dark.
I'm gonna see if it
will work.
If they go dark today, it's super hot already.
So if it malfunctions again,
I will be sending it back. I'll get a different brand, Moken or some other brand that won't do that.
Because that's just
ridiculous. And
I am going to be using
Focus today
to time myself,
and
I will be doing
Pomodoro sprints,
and they are
25-minute
sprints with a 5-minute break in between.
And I think I've got the chime changed to something different
this time,
and it's maybe
not as loud as it was before.
And I think instead of
automatically
going to the next
timer
I think I actually have to push the start button.
I think I changed the setting on that too.
We'll see how that works out for me today.
Just the fact that I actually
made the change that I wanted to make
is a big
plus on my part. So
let's go ahead and get started
with the first sprint.
And then whenever we come to the break in 25 minutes, then we will discuss more
things that I've done today.
So let's
head on over.
I'm going to mute my screen whenever I click the start button.
We will talk after the sprint.
Thank you.
I stopped. Mm-mm. Until they finish their investigation. great cop and an even better friend. I know you have some of his gifts when it comes to this type of investigating. Yeah, that chime was much better than the one that I had previously. It was a lot shorter and it wasn't quite as loud. So it didn't scare the crap out of you every time it went off. So, how did you do on that little sprint? I hope that if you are here writing, I hope you got a lot done. Oh, there you go. So, something that I've been working on is on my story, I started out writing in first person and present tense, apparently, and I've decided to change it over to third person because I want to incorporate more POVs in the story. So that's what I've been doing. I have about, well, 4, including the one I'm actually currently working on, which is only about halfway done. So I have been working on that. Okay, see, now I changed settings on this. So I have to make sure that I switch over to the short break and start. So let me see. Okay, so that's something that I've been working on for the past, I don't know, a few days. So, well, maybe a week or so. But anyway, I've only got about 4 chapters to go, and I really want to get them all done because I want to start writing again, start writing new chapters. And, going through all of this and changing it over has kind of given me some more enthusiasm towards this project because I have been kind of slacking on it lately, and I know that you start out with really good intentions. You're going to write so much every day, and then life happens and things kind of fall on the wayside, and I don't want that to happen anymore. I want to be in better control of my schedule. And I don't know if it's just like the creative people out there, but schedules don't always, go so well with us, creative types. I don't know what it is, but I feel like everybody has that issue. Every creative person I've ever met has trouble with time management. And I unfortunately am definitely one of those people. So I'm trying to be more conscious and try to get back into it. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but yeah, I wanted to find out if anybody out there had an issue like that, and have you done anything to resolve that issue? Have you improved upon your time management skills? Because if so, I definitely want to know how you did it because I definitely need to incorporate that into my life. So far, what I've done is I've been a member of Sarah Cannon's HB90 course, which is a productivity course, for many, many years. And each time it's like a 90-day calendar setup, basically. So every 90 days I try to do that. And I really stick to the guns for probably, I don't know, a couple of weeks. And then it falls off. And, I have, well, it's over on this side now. I have some, the productivity board on the other side. It's a Kanban board, and I've been working on it, but I haven't touched it in a couple of weeks because I've been trying to get this changed over to third person. So I haven't followed through. I have been, like, in the HB90 thing that I'm doing, I have scheduled exercise. I've scheduled, other creative type of thing, like trying to teach myself how to play the piano over here, trying to write, trying to paint, trying to do other creative things. So it's not just that. And yeah, so exciting to have so much done. Well, it doesn't feel like I have so much done, but I'm getting there. And unless you were talking about yourself, and so if so, let me know what you have been working on, because that would be nice to know too. I only have about 1:37 to go before it's time to start the next sprint. Oh, you've taken HB90 too. I love it. I really love it. I need to really hop on that train and take it all the way to the end of the line, but you know what? Sometimes life just doesn't agree with what you have planned because it's, I don't know, it's difficult to keep on track sometimes. Yes. HB90, Heart Breathings, that channel in particular, they have so many people every single day of the week they have people doing riding sprints just like the one I'm doing, but they probably do it a lot better than I do it. Mine is, well, my regular day to do it is Sunday at 6 o'clock Central Time, and I do that most of the time, but this is an impromptu one. I just kind of out of the spur of the moment and my need to get this done, I decided to go ahead and go live, because I know that if I'm live and I'll be sitting here doing it, I won't be like watching anything on my phone, or, you know, I'll be more dedicated to it at this moment. And that's definitely what I need. Yes. Life always keeps getting in the way of good plans. That is definitely true. Definitely true. But I hope you stick around and do a couple of sprints with me. My next sprint is definitely coming up in a second. So thank you for stopping by. If you're going to be heading out, I will see you at my next sprint. But I'm going to go ahead and get it started again. Then I will mute my screen and I'll talk to you in 25 minutes, okay? Thank you. Okay. That little sprint is over. Now I've started the 5-minute timer for our little break. Were you writing? How did you do? I am nearly finished with this paragraph. Well, not the paragraph, but the whole chapter. I maybe have one more page to go of it. I think the chapter altogether was 2,040 or 480 words. So, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 pages. I don't know, I'm not good at detecting those because I'm using Scrivener, and Scrivener doesn't really count the pages for you. It doesn't tell you how many pages is in that section. But I suspect I have about 1 page left, and it's going good. So today is Memorial Day. I'm off of work, so I really should be at work at this point today. So I don't really know what else is going on. Did anybody out there do anything special for Memorial Day, or did just hang out at home like I have done? There's one thing that I am supposed to be doing today, and that is doing some self-care. And as soon as I'm done with the sprint, I didn't want to do it during a sprint, but I really wanted to get these chapters done before I even did anything. But pretty much I have some items for self-care. I've got a face mask. I've got those little patches that you put under your eyes to make them brighten or whatever. I've got some new fingernail polish because I don't really do much with my fingernails. I'm not even really sure if you're supposed to or allowed to whenever you're diabetic, and I am diabetic. But I read something online. I pretty much asked the AI generated Yahoo thing or whatever it is, Google Ask or whatever it is. But anyway, they told me that the reason why diabetics are not supposed to put fingernail polish on is because whenever they do, it covers up hidden signs of unhealthy, I don't know, it gives you health indicators. It's covering up your health indicator. So I don't know, it's weird. But I already know that I'm unhealthy and diabetic and don't eat right and, don't exercise enough. So I don't need fingernail polish to tell me that, Okay. Rom-com. You outlined your first rom-com series. Oh, I love reading rom-com books. I don't get to do it very often, but I love it. I have 6 books. Wow. Do you have them all published already, or are you just writing it out? How do you know, how many books you're going to get out of it? Do you have 6 people that need to find love connections? I mean, how do you even plan for that? It's crazy. But if you know Sarah Cannon's World, then you probably know that she has a lot of resources out there on her, I guess it's a resource page on Google Docs. I think you sign up for her newsletter and you get access to all of that. And she has a lot of stuff in there, including one that helps you to create a series, how to write a series. And I've downloaded that one myself, and it's been a long time since I've looked at it, but it was really good information. So, I mean, if you have any need of that, that would be a good resource for you to check out. Let's see. Home care and the business admin work. Okay. Ooh, a romantic dinner. Oh, that'll be nice. Where's he taking you? Are you guys going to stay home and have dinner at home, or are you going to go out to a restaurant and other things? That's really cool. I'm really glad that you're going to have an opportunity to do that today. That is so awesome. Yeah, I don't have a husband. I don't have any boyfriends at all, actually. So, going on a takeaway. Well, that's good too. I mean, that's even kind of more romantic than, going to a restaurant and sitting there. Because you can totally do things at home that you couldn't do at a restaurant, right? So that's definitely good. Oh. Flowers. Wow, that's going all out. Okay, looks like our little break is over. Time to get back into that next sprint. But I hope that you do have a really great night. I'll probably see you after the next sprint, I'm thinking. Yeah. All right. Thank you for sticking around. It's really awesome. Okay, let's get back to it though. I'll see you in 25. Okay. There was another sprint. Let me switch over to the short break. Okay, I think I might switch it back to the breaks automatically starting. I just don't know how to get rid of the long break. I've switched the long break over to 0, but that's as far. I don't think I can delete it, but I can make it to where I can just keep it on the short breaks. But anyway, so I finished that chapter, and I've moved on to the next chapter. Anyway, it's not the second chapter. So now I'm down to 3 chapters left to switch over from first person to third person, and coming right along. It's going good. I'm changing a little bit, adding things when I think I need to add things, but there are a lot of sentences that really make me want to go like hide under the covers or something because they're so bad. And so I'm going to have to do a lot of like editing whenever it comes time. This is still the first draft. This is the crappy draft. Everybody knows that the first draft is the worst, and it'll get better as you go. But okay, my little docking station is working out pretty good because I went and got an ice pack and put it on top. Well, actually under it, but I put the docking thing on top of the ice pack, which is kind of freaking hilarious if you ask me. But the first time it overheated, and then my 2 monitors would not work. They like went black, and then I couldn't get them back up, and I had to like restart my computer. And if that happens while I'm actually live like this, I wouldn't be able to get them back up and running. So I decided to do the next best thing. It was getting too hot, so I brought an ice pack out. It's actually keeping it cool. That's kind of funny, actually. Okay. Only a couple of books left to go, but you can tell that very much overthinking the timeline stuff. Yeah, the timelines are always kind of difficult. Like with my story, I do want to make it at least a 3-book one because my main character, she's young in this one, she's about 25, and she's starting a new career, and I want her to be at the beginning stages of it. I want her to be the amateur. In the second book, she's going to come into herself. She's going to be, finally coming into her career. She's going to be good at it. She's going to get herself into shape. She's going to become really kick-ass at her job. And then the third one, she's going to find her father, or find the clues that he found and try to figure out what happened to him, because that was like the main purpose of her going to this job in the first place, is she wanted to be just like he was, and he worked at this place, and then he disappeared when she was younger, and she wants to find out what happened to him. And the guy that she's working with, her I guess you can say boss, Ted, he is actually somebody that he was a cop in his previous career, and he was actually her father's partner as a police officer. And then whenever they both retired from the force, they actually started the PI agency together. And then he disappeared. And nobody knows what happened to him. They don't know if he's alive or dead. And of course I want him to come back to life because I love my fathers. So, well, I only have one, but you know what I mean. So I want the father to come back. But I'd have to really try to think of a really good reason why he was away for as long as he was. And why, if he was alive, why didn't he come back? Why did he just like abandon his family? I don't want that to be a thing. I don't want that to be, maybe he went away because he feared for them, like he was drawing attention to himself, he was drawing evil into his life, and he didn't want that to like cross over into his family's life and put them in danger. But I haven't figured that part out yet. But it's interesting. But yeah. So what kind of a timeline issue are you having? Is it something that maybe I could help with? I don't know. Are you talking about just one person or one character, or are there several characters that you want to crisscross through? I think you may have mentioned something about crisscrossing before, but oh, concurrently. Yeah, that would be tough. I've always kind of wanted to do that though. I wanted to write a story to where you can have like Easter eggs and like other stories and bring the other couples into it. But I wanted them to have like a cameo in there, you know, kind of like in the background or something instead of like being a side character. But that would be interesting and fun for me, because there's a okay. I know that we've stopped our little break time, but well, I'll talk about David Baldacci's thing later. Well, let's get down to this one more sprint. I don't even know what time I started. 3 o'clock. So I might continue after this one, but let's go ahead and start with this 25-minute sprint, and then I will see where I am after it, and we might continue. I'm not sure yet. Okay. All right. Good luck. Okay. That sprint is over. Going to go with a short break again. I think I'll do one more, then maybe take a break myself, a longer break, and then maybe come back later to do more. I'm pretty much done with this one. I only have a few small things to do at the end. But then after this one I have 2 more chapters to go to switch over. And honestly, I'm kind of getting tired, so I need to take a break. I'm going to do one more sprint, and then we'll see where we go from there. There might be somebody else sprinting for Sarah Cannon's Heart Breathings channel. I'm not really sure though. I think I downloaded their schedule once, but I can't remember how I'll find it. But yeah. You decided that you've done enough on the timeline and you're switching to working on the lead magnet for the series. Okay, the lead magnet. I've heard that before, but I honestly don't know what that means. But I'm thinking it means your main character? I don't really know. Oh, yeah, you've got that big date coming up. Definitely need to get ready for the big date. It's really nice. I think I need to go to the grocery store because I know that I have a list started, but I haven't finished it. And I kind of thought to maybe do an online order and just go pick it up, but whenever I do that, I'm not always happy with the selections that they give me, like especially when it comes to produce and bread and stuff like that. So I'd rather go myself. Fruits and vegetables especially, because they always give you the worst. So writing a novella. Okay. To like introduce the series. Oh, I like that. Okay. Yeah, I knew that I've heard that leading thing. What is it called? A lead magnet. But I couldn't remember what that meant. Yeah. And what is your name? See, MS Page. Is your name Page, or is that your last name, or is that just some kind of a saying, a nickname or something? I'm not sure what to call you. So you're writing a novella to introduce the series and to give people a free copy. Oh, that would be good too. Your name is Paige. Okay. All right. Now I know what to call you. So that would be really interesting. Do you have a newsletter yet? Because that would definitely be something that you could release in a newsletter or something. Or have a newsletter and have it lead back to your website if you have one of those. But that would be good. Miss Page. Okay. Get it. Yep. I think I am going to go just one more sprint though. I'm not sure what time you and your husband are going to dinner, but you did say you had a couple hours, so I'm not sure. How many words do you have in it? I know that you said that you were just starting on your novella, but that's just because you're switching over from something else to the novella, writing it. So I only have just a few more to go. And then I think I need to do some more brain, what is it called? I've been plotting forever. I think I need to think about more of my plot too. I think I may need to change a couple of the chapters in it to accommodate for the differences that I've made since I started, because that board in the background there, that was like a storyboard that I created a few months ago, but I've kind of gone off track because when I created that was kind of like only my main character's part of it, but then I started adding chapters that have nothing to do with my character, and Like, it's things that she's not privy to, she doesn't know about it yet. And then I started creating that. That's why I started out as a first person and then had to switch it to a third person, because it wasn't accommodating what I needed it to. So, yeah, I definitely need to change that. Okay, it looks like there is one more 25-minute sprint that I'm going to be working on. And you had 70K for one draft. I didn't understand story structure. Oh, okay. But that's not a novella, that's like a full-length novel. 70K is a lot of words. I thought novellas were really short, like 30 to 40,000 words or something. Or are you talking about or are you one of those people that like to have like 100 and something words for your novels? I think some people are like that, but yeah, it was your first attempt. Okay. All right. Well, if you're sticking with me, we got one more sprint to go, and then I'm going to take a break, and I might come back later, but I think you might be busy, so you probably won't see me. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get it started so I can get this one chapter done, maybe get a little bit into my next chapter. Still have 2 left after this one, so we'll see how far I get. So I'm starting to lose my voice now too, I feel like. So, okay, we'll see you in 25. Okay, that sprint is over, and I think I have about one more page left in this chapter, and one more chapter to do after this. I almost want to continue just so I can keep going. Let me see. The other chapter is 2,363 words, so that would probably take me at least another sprint and a half, 2 sprints. I think I might definitely come back. This should probably be the last sprint at the moment. How far did you get? When do you need to bop out? I might be convinced to stay one more sprint. But I don't know. I do need to stand up and walk around a little bit because I haven't really done that in the last couple hours. And I feel like I need to stretch out a little bit. I've recently had a practice fire drill at the place that I work at, like my day job. And I think it was last Thursday. And I work on the 10th floor, so when the fire drill went off, when the fire alarm came on, I had to walk down 10 flights of steps and then exit the building and walk across the road. And then whenever we went back in, I had to climb two flights of stairs to get to the elevator to take up. My legs were so sore for the next couple of days that I couldn't actually go anywhere or do anything because my legs were so sore. It was kind of horrible. So I've kind of vowed to myself that I will not let that happen again. So whenever, my legs are pretty much okay now today, but I think I definitely need to start walking steps either at work while I'm taking a break or something, or I actually need to go to the gym to do some leg exercises, or they have those stair stepper machines. Oh, I really freaking hate them, but that would probably be good for me to do, just to try to get into the habit of doing that. You're welcome. Thank you for keeping me company, Paige, and I hope that you have a really good night and you have a good date with your husband, and I hope that your novella goes pretty well whenever you start writing it. But definitely. Yeah, me too. So, but I think I'm going to go to the grocery store, and I'll come back to this later. I definitely need a break. But thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate your chatting with me today. Nobody ever comes to visit me, so I was really happy to see you, okay? I guess I'll see you next time, I hope. So I'll see you Sunday if you come back, if you have time. But thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Bye.